Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the weekend update. We got a lot of stocks to go over today, so let's jump right in. And the first thing I want to say, though, is right in the description below, please subscribe to the videos. Just click on subscribe and thumbs up, thumbs down on what you think of these videos. Give me the motivation to keep throwing these out there for you guys. So the first thing I wanted to talk real quick about was the Dow chart, and this is the 1 hour chart on the Dow. And you recall when I did the weekend video last week, I said it was setting up for the market to pop early in the week, but of course I had a little bit of egg on my face Monday morning when we had that big gap down. But as we know, in this Fed juiced market, red does not stay red for very long, and we ended up seeing the market bounce back nicely. We turn over to the daily chart. Now, this was the daily chart I showed you guys last week, and you can see we had that little breakout around 25.5, and up we went. Stalled out a little bit. I extended the support line, and you can see over the last couple of days I didn't adjust it below. This is a really must-watch area on the Dow, and the reason I say that, we're starting to see COVID cases spike, the unemployment numbers not going down, and the juice may be wearing off here on the market. And I've got this little circle here on the volume, and you can see on the up days, the buying volume is less than the red days, and that is usually an early indicator of distribution in the large caps and possible pain ahead. So we really won't get worried, well, the market won't anyway, unless we break down below this blue line here, which is the 50-day moving average, 24,500. That would be the area where you would probably see some big selling coming in, and then we'd be looking for a move down to 22K. Now, before I move off from the Dow chart, I know a lot of people ask, why do you use the Dow? Everyone else uses the SPY. Well, that's why, because everyone else uses the SPY when they do the charts, and I don't want to be like everyone else. I've always used the Dow. This is the indice that gets all the headlines. That is why I use the Dow. But anyway, let us jump into some stock plays. We've got a lot of stock plays. FRSX is one of our favorite stocks. We've been doing very, very well on this one over the last couple of months. On Friday, we had that big interview with Forbes magazine, and lo and behold, they talked about their thermal camera and COVID-19. You will recall all the bashing and denying that FRFX was a COVID-19 thermal play. Mark took all the attention. People kept saying, FRFX is just a robot car technology. You're full of it. They have absolutely nothing to do with COVID-19. Then we had a Forbes article, only one of the biggest magazines there are, and they gave us some huge information in that article. Essentially, they don't just have a normal thermal camera. It detects 6 COVID-19 symptoms. That is big. So we are waiting on that press release. And like I said before, that target is going to be 195 plus. Now, when you look at the market valuations of all these other stocks out there, like Mark, like XSPA, all XSPA does is testing. That's it. They don't even have the test. They just do testing. And they've got a $200 million market cap. Mark has a gigantic market cap. I mean, these market caps, based on that, I've raised my swing target. I want 3+ on this stock. That's what I'm swinging for on this one in my swing position. If we look over here at the daily chart, you can see here we broke over that 130 level very, very nicely. RSI is getting up there to 70. Remember back here when it was underneath the 30 level right here? I mean, that's a 200+% move now so far in 3 months on this stock. ADX, this is a momentum indicator. It is strong and growing. We knew this was happening last week when it just kept going back and forth in a nice channel. As the momentum was building, this was something that was ready to blow. Now you'll go, well, RSI is up here over 70. Should we be worried? No. This is why we use multiple indicators to go back and forth. You'll have looked at some of those other videos I did on RSI and stochastics. ADX, very, very strong. But look down here on stochastics. So while we have RSI up here at 70, we've got stochastics, one of my other favorite momentum indicators, right down here and ready to rocket higher. What this setup tells me, if these guys put out a press release next week, this stock is going to run bigger than Mark did. I think the technology is way better. We've got a 6 symptom thermal camera, aside from the fact that we have robot driving technology. Two huge sectors right now for this stock, woefully undervalued in my opinion. COCP is still in a very, very nice uptrend. You can see RSI has flatlined here over the last few days, but we are about to get or have gotten that positive MACD cross. So looking at this chart and the way the chart indicators are setting up, I think it's when, not if, we see this stock over $1.50 plus next week, possibly early. We're still waiting for them to drop that press release, and you know when these companies tell us press releases are coming, it's just a matter of when, not if. It's the easy money play on these stocks. HTGM, what more can I say? The stock just continues to outperform. Now we've got an event on Monday. I know I haven't really talked much about it. AACR, you know, these guys are big in cancer. Whatever. It's fantastic news, don't get me wrong, but we are in this for the COVID-19 press release. Come on already, drop that press release now. Now, I wanted to show you guys, this is a 2-year chart on HTGM, just to make you drool on what the potential here. When it breaks $1, we have some serious upside on this one. I'm not saying it's breaking $1 this week. I'm just saying this chart has set up so nicely that if we get that right press release, this is going to be a really nice one going forward. EDNT, new play, new swing play on Friday. Got some nice research from Amanda on this one. And Eve, COVID spiking. We're seeing hospitals starting to get overwhelmed in some states. People forgot that this stock is a PPE, you know, the personal protective equipment stock. It's a low float with big shorts on it. Shorts got blown out of the water throwing their silly large ass up on Friday. Very nice setup on this chart. Look what this stock did when they announced that news back in April. Looks great, especially if we get an update on sales going forward. Very nicely set up stock. This should see very strong support now in the 260, 270s area. If it dips, that would be an area I would look to add to my swing position on this one. PLM. Great week of action on this chart. We're looking at the 1-hour chart here, and you can see it's really gotten quiet over the last couple of days. I drew this line up here. When we see this stock break 50 to 55 cents, we're going to see a very nice move. RSI has flatlined here, which I like to see, and Stochastics is back in the basement again. And the last time we saw Stochastics down here was right before that big move higher. Now, we're waiting on any kind of press release. This is a speculative play on their cobalt. Remember the deal with Tesla and Glencore. Tesla is one of the hottest stocks in the market right now. Anything that has any ties to Tesla is red hot right now, and any penny essentially is red hot. These guys have a big story behind them to get a very nice move. GPAQ, this is our Special Acquisition Corp stock, and it, believe me or not, this is trading exactly like the other ones that have recently gone crazy. Nikolai and DraftKings. This thing is setting up exactly the same way. The vote on the merger with the NFL Hall of Fame is upcoming in the next few days, so definitely keep an eye on this one. It's a volatile stock, so keep that in mind. Some of you small account traders, these higher price stocks are very hard for you to buy. This is a small swing play. Once we get that merger approved, that's when the real fun is going to begin in something like this. Biak. Great move on this one for us last week. Hey, nothing like 100% gain in a few days. Big move up. It's moving all over the place. We hit our target. It's dancing all over. We're still waiting on a press release. Hopefully we'll get that this week. That Thermo Fisher angle is still there. I would be looking to buy dips around 75, 80 cents, or depending on the action during the day. But if we get sellers into that area, that's probably going to be somewhere I'm looking for. Now, I've mentioned how I absolutely love plays and love stocks that tell us news is coming, and then we position and the news comes. I reminded you all on Thursday that these guys had submitted their NDA to start trials for their COVID-19 drugs, and lo and behold, Friday morning the news dropped. They got that FDA okay. Our target was up here at 80 cents, ran to 85 cents. You can't ask for anything better than that. Now, as you guys know, this should have been an automatic sell for you guys. Take 3/4 off the table, you got a free ride position, see what happens. And that ended up being the right thing to do on this chart. Now, speaking of stocks that told us news is coming, I have big hopes this week for JAGX. 200-day moving average is up here at 69 cents. We got a press release. It should be more, but we've got testing news coming for this stock. Again, I find these kinds of plays the easiest ones to swing. The ones we know that news is coming on, these are the plays I like to play. Now, time's running out here. Let me fly through some of these other charts here. NXTD, this was an alert on the tracking that we're seeing going out there. This one's still set up very nicely. This is looking like it could be an add 47 to 50 cents on any dips. Dolphin, quick mention on Dolphin. We're seeing a lot of these entertainment stocks go big. This one gave us a nice run on Friday. It's setting up very, very nicely. Anything around the 90-cent area looks like a buy on this one. This is where the FOMOs will come in. They'll start chasing at 120. DYNT, this was one of our patient swings. Gave us 50%. Take the money and run. Even though this chart looks like it could continue to go, a lot of big volume. It's very gamed and it's a hard stock, but we got 50% on it. Be happy and move on. Quick mention on Gishi. We're still at the bottom of this range here, and the top of the range is 58 to 70 cents. Maybe this week the investor relations department will wake up or come back from vacation and actually issue a press release for us. When they do, we'll have chasers up here. Quick mention on DSS. Waiting on the news here. They had a small offering, which is great. I mean, look how many stocks have done offerings and exploded over recent weeks. This one is at the bottom of its range. And if we look over here at the daily chart, everything looks fine here. I'll probably be looking to add to my swing position on this one early next week. Now, the last stock I wanted to mention, DXLG. We've got all this talk about COVID spiking. These guys have already told us they're selling masks to states, to Fortune 100 companies, but only in the conference call. We haven't gotten a press release on that. If they manage to throw out that press release, 200-day moving average up there would be the target. So that's it for the video, guys. Please subscribe on the bottom. I also promised you guys a discount code. So for the monthly, I did raise my prices, though, 50 today. So 50TODAY will give you $50 off the monthly if you want to come in and try the less crowded private room. And before I go, all the other videos out there have their Lambos. Hey, look, here's mine. See, I put a car in my video, so now I'm like all the other stock market videos out there. Have a great weekend, guys. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and see you all on Monday. Bye.